Are you new to City Heroes or a returning player and wanting to know how to make a really fast attacking melee character? I'm Controlled Chaos, and in this video I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So I went with the Stalker, just for the pure simple fact that I want the attacks to come first and the defense to come secondary. You can do this with the Brute, you can do this with the Tank, or you can do this with a Stalker. I went with the Scrapper. So the abilities I went with is I went with Claws and I went with Reflexes. And the reason I did this is for the pure simple fact that Claws already have fast attacks, and then Reflexes give you abilities that allow you to increase the speed of your attacks and give you some defense and allow you to move around a lot quicker. I also took super speed for this, and I'll explain the reason why. So the reason I took super speed was, one, you get hasten, which allows you to increase how fast you can repop your abilities. Literally repops them right away, and then I put a lot into that. And then also there's the Whirlwind and the Burnout, and the Burnout's really nice because it's a recharge ability. It allows you to just repop your abilities right away, and Hasten just makes your abilities pop a little bit quicker while it's active. And then of course there's Super Speed, Whirlwind, and Flurry. But what I want to talk about is the main abilities in Swipe. Or in Claws. So you get Swipe, which is a melee ability. It does light damage, and it's all lethal damage. Then you have Strike, which is a melee damage. It is light and lethal, but it repops really quickly. Then you have Slash. Slash does moderate damage and reduces the opponent's defense. Then you have Spin. This is an AoE attack around you, and it does moderate lethal damage in the area around you. Then you have Focus. This is actually a ranged ability. You shred with your claws and it shoots out a wave that hits the enemy. It's moderate damage and has a chance to do a knockback. Then you have Eviscerate. This is a cone effect, high damage in front of you. Then after that you have the Shockwave. This is a cone melee effect that has a chance to knock back enemies, which is nice. After that, let's go into Super Reflexes. So there is Focused Fighting. This is a defense ability that is a toggle. And with that, there's also the Focused Sense, which is also another toggle that gives you a +2 defense. Then there's Agility, which is always on and gives you a +2 defense. Then there is the Precise Brawler, which is a resist to knockbacks, disorientates, holds, sleeps, and immobilizations. This is also a toggle. Then there is Dodge. This is always on, +2 defense. Then there's Quickness. This is a plus to your recharges and your speeds and resistance to slow. Then there's Lucky. This is always on, just like Quickness and the others, and is a plus to your defense versus AoEs, debuffs, and special damage. Then we have Evasion. This is another toggle, +2 defense, AoEs, and debuffs, things like that. Then you have Elude. Elude is a +2 defense, +2 speed, +2 recovery, resistance to debuffs, and plus a special. On top of that, there's more that I've done. I want to talk to you guys about how I slotted this all out. So for all of the attacks, I put in 1 accuracies and 2 defenses. For Spin, Eviscerate, and Shockwave, I put in 1 time reduction on it so that they repop faster because they are slow to repop. For Focused Fighting, I put in 2 endurance reductions and then 2 defenses. And then and that's because it's a toggle. For the Focused Sense, I put in 2 defense buffs and 2 endurance enhancements. Once again, it's a toggle. Agility, I put in 3 defenses because it's always on, doesn't take any endurance. The brawler one, I put in the 2 endurance reduction costs and the 2 recharges, because this takes a while to repop, and it also takes some of the endurance away due to it being a toggle. Then for dodge, it's just 3 defenses. For quickness, I just put in 3 speed buffs. For lucky, 3 defenses. For evasion, because it's a toggle, it's 2 defenses, 2 endurance. For elude, this one I did different. Elude, I put in 2 endurance modifiers, 2 defenses, and then 2 recharges because it takes a while for this one to come back. After that, I put 3 slots into swift, and I put run in there so you can move quicker, because you want to be able to move from fight to fight to fight. I also slide jump into hurdle. I put 3 into health, and I put 3 into stamina using endurance modifiers. For flurry, I put in 1 accuracy, 1 damage. For hasten, I put in the recharge speeds, 3 of them. For super speed, 3 speeds. For whirlwind, I put in 2 endurance reductions and 2 reduced speeds. For burnout, I put in 1 endurance reduction and 2 recharge on the speed, so it pops up quicker. And that's what I did. When you're fighting with this character, you're gonna be moving around a lot, but you need to be careful about using hasten and burnout. Reason being is it will consume all of your endurance, especially with burnout, when it ends. Hasten, just you gotta be careful with it because it makes your powers repop quicker, but they still use the same amount of endurance. So even though you're gaining your powers back a lot faster, you're still using more endurance because the repop speed of this. The great thing about this build is the fact that your abilities, a lot of them are repopping very, very fast, and it's really nice. You never have to sit there and wait and go, okay, I gotta wait for this to pop, that to pop. No, that doesn't happen with this build because you always got this going. At the beginning, it may feel a bit like that during your first 10, 15 levels, but after that, you don't have to worry about it. You get to, even when you don't have super speed on, you get to your opponents quicker, even without having your sprint on. You can have both of those off and you're running almost at sprint speed, which is really nice. And with the way this is all set up, when you do put on super speed and sprint, good luck fully controlling this thing. It is insanely fast moving character. Insanely fast. Now, when fighting mobs, you do need to keep an eye on your health, because you have nothing that really gives you health back. So I recommend keeping a lot of health inspirations and defense inspirations on you. Mainly health inspirations. I wouldn't worry too much about your stamina or your endurance, because a lot of your abilities, you're gaining endurance back so quickly, especially with your stamina, and you use elude, you're gaining it back, and you socketed for the endurance reductions on your toggles, so you're pretty good there. I never found a problem dealing with endurance unless I used like burnout and it wore off. But you do have to watch for that health. There are times where you will die if you're not keeping an eye on it, so you want to run away when you're getting low and rest. And if you do die, the great thing is because you have that great, amazing killer speed, you will get back to the fight way, way quicker, which is nice. It makes it quick. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe, and have a great day.